Hi, Dean. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Awesome to speak to you as a big fan of yours. I had such a fun time watching you and Lisa team up in this movie.
Ah,
But I guess to begin with, I'm curious, what was it like to work with her and to, match wits and go toe to toe with Brian Cox and Edie Falco, especially when things start getting really weird with Frank.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic. Myself, Lisa, and Parker Posey all were in the same house, and we obviously had our own, areas and stuff. But so it was like from the beginning, it was just. And Edie lived very close, and we went out to eat all the time. Sometimes we would cook, and we would do movie nights. It was just the best. And Lisa was couldn't be a. I think she's one of the most brilliant comedic actresses out there, and to get to play scenes with her, and we did a lot of, we did some improv, and of course Edie Falco and Brian Cox. It was the time off the camera was as much fun as doing the show, because when we would sit around waiting, you're talking about a bunch of smart, funny, brilliant people, and we just laughed and told stories and just improv. We had this we had this we had this long term thing. I forgot how it happened, but Parker and I pretended like we were having an affair, but it was everyone knew it, we didn't. And so we would like times when we were happy, and then there were times when we were sad, and people just loved us kind of going off on on pretending that we had this thing going. And it was there was a lot of stuff like that, so it was just so much fun.
It's great to hear, you had so much fun making it because it is such a funny movie and a fun one to watch as well. But of course, we got a lot of horror going on too.
Yeah,
So what were those days like on set when you threw in the monsters, the demons, the noodles, just all
yeah,
that?
the crazy noodles. It's the thing is, you don't see a lot of that. You have to kind of imagine it because they put that in after. But so you basically had to imagine. They would describe what it was going to be like, and you had to kind of imagine it. But you're basically acting to a dot or a thing over here, or it's going to be like that. So it was a little more difficult because you have to try to imagine it and figure, hope that your response, was the right one when they put the poltergeist actually in there. So
It's awesome. And the dynamic between Lydia and Cliff, so much fun to watch them as a couple. And like you said, you've had great fun behind the scenes. But how much of that relationship would you say was in the script? And were you and Lisa coming up with maybe some ideas as you developed that back and forth on set to create their relationship?
I think a bit of both. I think obviously the relationship was there in the script, but she's such a brilliant improvisational actress, that it was. I just just went along for the fun, and enjoyed those moments where we got to kind of, we took our relationship to a, once we kind of established it, which was very early on. And because we had a lot of fun offset or off camera, offset and off camera, that it became easy. It became easy. Acting is fun when it's easy. If you have to struggle to try to find it, it generally doesn't work out. But for comedy in particular, just the chemistry between her and I, it felt like it was uh, immediate and right on, and that allowed us to kind of just develop this relationship. That's what you get when you work with great actors. So Lisa Kudrow is one of the best.
Awesome. And just while I've got you, Dean, in my opinion, Breaking Bad, greatest TV show of all time. I think a lot of people probably already said that to you, but how do you look back at that show's legacy? Obviously, you're doing a lot of great projects like this one. It's been a while now, but it must
Yeah,
be amazing just to have that behind you.
it is. It's striking that it's going to be. I think the 20th anniversary is coming up in about 3 years or so. It's incredible. It's insane. But yeah, that'll always, that's always something I have in my back pocket, and probably won't happen again. But you never know.
Awesome. Well, for now, cannot wait for people to see what you do as Cliff because this is such a fun movie and such a fun role. So thank you so much for your time, Dean. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You have a great day. Thanks so
You
much.
too.